Despite it pouring with rain outside and plenty of mud in my beds rather than nice arable soil, I still have quite a few seeds that I can sow now. And the reason for that is that some of these need to be grown under cover this early on in the year. It gives them a head start. So I've got some peppers here and I've got some more onion seeds as well. And then I've also decided I'm going to clear the center bed and I'm going to sow it up with spring crops. And the reason for that is that I don't know if this weather is going to continue, first of all. We've had some really terrible wet springs in the past where it's very difficult to grow anything outside, and there is no end in sight to the rain that we have right now. The other thing is, yes, we are trying to sell our house and we've had some good starts and we're trying to stay positive and all of that. We've got lots more viewings on the agenda. We might sell our house. We might have to move away and then whatever crops that are in here have to stay. But that's all right because I love gardening and I need to garden. And if the new people move in here in spring, maybe summer, who knows, and there are crops here, well, they can enjoy them too. And at least I got that joy of growing something. This winter, I've mainly been using the polycrop as storage for potted plants. Keeping them inside helps protect them from the worst of the elements, and there's everything in here from scented geraniums to lemon balm to my old bonsai tree. I'm also propagating hardwood cuttings using snail rolls this year. They're set on a wooden pallet here in the middle bed and will hopefully root and give me dozens of free hedgerow shrubs this year. To create growing space, I'll begin by moving all of the plants and snail rolls out of this middle bed. The pallet can go, and the Oya irrigation system needs to come up as well. Then it's a matter of making sure the mix in the bed is clear of any obstructions and is nicely leveled. A drawing hoe and a garden rake were perfect tools for the job. I noticed while doing this that the soil was very dry, so I watered the bed thoroughly, making sure to soak it several times over. Though I've not applied compost since last year, there should be enough nutrients in the bed to support early leafy greens. Now, I have these beds, or this long bed, prepared, and I even have all of the rows drilled out. I used my hoe to create little areas so that I could figure out where I want to sow everything. And I've decided this area here at the front, I'm going to put some sweet alyssum right here at the front. Now, sweet alyssum, a lot of people will know as a bedding plant. It's delicate white flowers, and I love it. When they bloom, they smell intensely of honey. And so I'm hoping that it fills the polycrop with that gorgeous scent. And if we're still here in the summer, I will leave them to grow and hopefully they'll draw in pollinators to help pollinate tomatoes and other types of crops in here. Behind the sweet alyssum, I'm going to be putting different types of radishes. I've got French breakfast, a purple French breakfast, and then a mixture. And then behind that here in this main area in the middle, 2 rows of spinach and 2 rows of lettuce and other types of salad greens. And then at the far back, spring onions and more sweet alyssum. I've just gone down the bed and sown the sweet alyssum seeds. They are teeny tiny seeds, and so when you sow them, you don't want them to be covered up too much, otherwise they might not have the strength to germinate and come up through the soil. So they went in at just under about 1/4 of an inch, which is about 1/2 centimeter. Radish seeds and spinach seeds and even lettuce seeds are quite a bit bigger, and so they can go under the soil a little bit deeper. And so all of them will go in at about 1/2 an inch, so 1.5 centimeters underneath. And that's probably a really good rule for a lot of seeds. And then as far as sowing them, I'm just gonna sprinkle them into all of these rows that I've already drawn. Super easy. And then I'm going to cover them up, give them a good watering in, and that's me done. And this entire bed is sown with seeds that will grow within the next few months, 2-3 months. And then hopefully by the time that we've harvested them and enjoyed them, there will be some more plants, some more heat-loving summer crops that can go in these beds. And I'll either clear these at that point or just kind of plant within them. But in any case, we're going to definitely be getting some crops out of here in these early days of spring, which can be so dismal and gray and horrible outside. But when you have a greenhouse or a polytunnel, it really makes all the difference. It is going to take at least a couple of weeks before any of these seeds germinate and I see any seedlings. I would say about a month actually, because even though spinach and lettuce will germinate at 4 Celsius, it doesn't mean that it will, and they will decide when the time is right. So it's going to be patience on those. The radishes should be relatively quick. The sweet alyssum is going to take ages, but I put it here. It will decide to grow when it wants to grow. It tends to want more spring-like soil temperatures before it starts popping up. But all in good time. The first seeds are sown in ground, well, in a raised bed, and I couldn't be more excited. Spring is definitely coming. Now I have more seeds to sow today. These are all the heat-loving crops, and if I sowed them out here in the soil, they would take ages to germinate, if they germinated at all. And then by the time they did, they would be so far behind, they wouldn't be able to catch up with my summer. I wouldn't get a crop. And so instead what I do with these is I germinate them indoors, grow them under grow lights, and then when they're nice and healthy and beautiful, harden them off and then plant them out. And that's the trick to being able to grow heat-loving crops in climates that have relatively short summers or cool summers. And I have a couple of videos that you can watch next that takes you through how I do that. So if you'd like to watch them, I'll pop them up on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've got any questions for me, leave them down below. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.